grow joyfully. This is the closest I've gotten to 2 pounds. It's 1 pound, 14.5 ounces. It's an absolute beauty. It's a German pink, an amazing tomato. There's my clock chiming in the background. Here's a bunch more that I've got to get made into tomato sauce today. And even more. Here's a Kellogg's breakfast, an old German, a Coasterly, a watermelon. Aren't they beautiful? I'm making a lot of sauce this year. Okay, Monday morning, and it's time to go harvest tomatoes out in the pasture garden. Well, I'm out here in the pasture garden, and Neville is saying good morning. Neville the kitty cat. Hi, Neville. How are you, Mr. Blue Eyes? You having a good morning? The garden has just kind of gone wild. We're trying hard to just keep going and pick what we can. Here's the Bright Lights Cosmos, some pink cosmos behind, some calendula. So it looks pretty wild. The beans over there, the Blauhilde, they look pretty good growing over the hoop. And there's a few tomatoes here and there that are blushing and getting color in them, and I still have a lot of green tomatoes, but that's what happens every year with our growing zone 6A. It's hard to get them all grown so that they're ready to pick. They have their color, their blush, and get them in the house. But right now where I'm standing, I don't know if you can see it well, the Kochiana. It is, I guess, an ornamental form of tobacco. And the smell is heavenly, like the sweetest, most delicate perfume. If you want to have a lovely smelling flower in your flower beds, in your garden, and bring in the pollinators, I suggest you grow this, Nicotiana. I'll try to put the spelling down below or on the screen so you can see it. It's not a small plant. It's like the Bright Lights Cosmos and the Pink Cosmos. It takes quite a bit of room, so keep that in mind. But it is a delight and it smells wonderful. It's a very lovely, lovely flower. We have some more Bright Lights Cosmos out here, and I am harvesting some lovely dill. We'll sell some down at the farm stand, and then I will dry the rest to make pickles and different things to have that for a seasoning. I also use it in my homemade ranch dressing, which is wonderful. Here's some Sheboygan paste tomatoes. It's my first year growing them. They're not too bad. They're a lot bigger than the San Marzano or the Romas. I think they do a lot better, but I've actually enjoyed the Amish paste tomatoes better than this. Just thought I'd show you. They're quite interesting. There are so many green tomatoes. Hopefully they will get ripe before we have our first frost. These are Kellogg's breakfast. These are the large barred boar. And there is one, if you can see it through there, that's almost ripe, of the big rainbow. If you look over here on cattle panel number 3, I have them numbered. We have Cherokee purple, which is really light and might have crossed with something. It's supposed to be a deep, dark, rich brown purple. And the indigo apple, German pink, and Huron sprayless. And there's a couple of the Dad sunsets there too. So let's get picking. Well, I almost got my 2-pounder. It was 1 pound, 15 7/8 ounces. And you know what? I'm almost going to count it. If I don't get another one this season, I'm going to count this as my 2-pounder. Goodness sakes, I think they're toying with me. There's so many green ones here, and the thing is, this is a pineapple. Usually it gives me my 2-pounders. Last year, the old German gave me my 2-pounders. I had more than one. But this year, the tomatoes, as you can see, are ripening unevenly. On this side, they're done. On this side, they're not. Now, that could be for a couple of reasons. One, because of the inconsistent weather. And another reason could be how you see there are at least 3 tomato blossoms that fuse together. So that could be another reason. So I'm going to take what I can get. This is definitely not my most brilliant tomato year. I've gotten some big, lovely ones, but they're just different. They're a little crunchy in places, you know, like up here on the shoulders. They're not completely developed, not completely ripe. So there's my almost 2-pound pineapple tomato. And if you can see down in here, this is happening a lot. This is a Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln, Abe Lincoln. The Tiffin Mennonites must naturally have more green on their shoulders. But those are the closest to being super ripe looking. Except for the German pink. This has been the star of my garden this year. Of course, I'm not getting any 2-pounders. I'll have to look and see what the final tally is. This is 1 pound, 7.5 ounces. I don't know. Aunt Ruby's, it's hard to tell them all together because they are green to begin with. But this is more ripe than this. But I'm using them and enjoying them. I've got some whopping big Amish pastes. Here's probably one of the biggest ones I've gotten. That's just a big tomato. That's a paste tomato. That one is only 14 5/8 ounces. So, on we go. I have 1.5 tons of green ones. Looks like I've got most of the, no, there's 2 more Abe Lincolns. A couple more pineapples, but nothing big like the one I just pulled off. Bonnie Best did not perform well this year. I mean, look, it has set a whole bunch all at once here, but I don't know if it got topped or what happened. Anyway, Hill Marmond I'm not totally in love with at all. I think I'm going to take that off my list. Not impressed. I gotta get down here and get this. This is a gold medal. Gold medal's done pretty well, but it's also doing the same thing where part of it is ripe, part of it is not. And I gotta see what this one is. German pink again. Bless that German pink. Lovely tomatoes. The orange Russolinis, I don't know, I guess we're gonna call these grape tomatoes, have done so well. Prolific, quite flavorful. We haven't really just been eating them, we've been making paste out of them and sauce. And this is a Rutgers, and then finally an evergreen. So I think I tried evergreen before and I don't know if I had any success, but they're still very hard. Supposedly they're supposed to be green when they're finished, but they're still very unripe. This might be the closest one. You can see them through the leaves. It's a pretty tomato. It's just going to take a little longer. The pumpkin and melon patch here starting to look a little bit sad. It's getting plenty of water. It has to be the temperatures and it has to be the time of the year. So I'm just going to take what I can get and enjoy those. That's all you can do when you're a gardener. Make the best of it, right? Well, I hope you have a lovely day today. I've got some more sauce in my future. We're going to see what we can sell at the farm stand. How do you like this bowl of different cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, Berry's Crazy Cherry, Sweet 100. They just split so easy. Blue cream berries. And then we started getting a couple of the sun golds, which is what we wanted to begin with. I first grew sun sugar, and that plant didn't make it. And then I'm trying to grow I have been growing the Isis candy cherry tomato. Not overly impressed with it. It's down here somewhere. I think it's in the bottom, so I won't smash those. So anyway, that's not a bad haul. I still have to get some cucumbers and see if there's any more zucchini towards the front. The garden just looks so different. It feels different. It's almost noon, and here in the shade, it's a little chilly. My daughter's over there somewhere. You see that bouquet she's making? She makes these beautiful bouquets and sells them for $2 at the farm stand, and they just go really quickly. I'd kind of like her to put the price up a little bit, but it works. Her sunflowers are looking great. She's got a lot of wonderful cut flowers to use. But our dear, dear garden is starting to tell us that it's done for the year. And we're just going to have to do a lot of cleaning and burning of the old stuff here. Spreading that on the bed and seeing what we can do to amend and add to each one of these areas. It's a very, very important part of gardening. I found a ripe evergreen. So I guess this is what they look like when they get really ripe. Green but not. Anyway, it's pretty. I thought you would enjoy seeing that. Have a great day, and don't forget to do it joyfully. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.